It's a lover's question. I'd like to know. I'd like to know. I'd like to know. I'd like to know.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It
is 6 o'clock on Thursday. What time that is? Another edition of That's My Story. We approaching episode 6. I'm Jerry Midas Hardison, also joined by the legendary Ken Knox and the legendary Brandon Stevens. How you guys doing today?
Great. How you doing? How you guys doing?
No complaints. Just still quarantining as usual.
Yeah.
Maintaining. Yes, indeed.
So you got this shirt on. What's up?
Oh, my shirt. Well, my shirt, without saying too much right away, is just supporting one of today's guests.
Nice.
So I'm representing the you guys see it? The North Carolina Music Hall of Fame out in Kannapolis, North Carolina, which the chairman of the board are members of. In case you didn't know.
Raise your hand, Brandon.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Put your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care.
Yeah, that's great. I'm excited about today's show, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we thank you guys out there in Facebook land and YouTube land for your devotion, for supporting us weekly. Like I said, this is episode 6, so we appreciate you guys' support. Appreciate you for tuning in week after week. And again, if you don't have Facebook or your friends don't have Facebook, you can go right over to YouTube, check out the Chairman of the Board on YouTube and subscribe, like it, and you get all the up-to-date content as it is released. Like, share, subscribe.
There you go. Let me ask you this.
Sure.
So we have the UK represented by Karen McBride.
Okay, we got some folks
on. Karen, how you doing?
Yeah. Awesome.
Joyce in the building. Hey, Joyce.
Joyce is on. Joyce.
How you doing, Joyce?
Donna Peters.
All right. So folks, drop us a line and let us know where you're tuning in from. We take a moment just to recognize a few of you before we proceed.
Yes. Come on in.
Give you guys a moment to get your snacks and beverages together and have a little sit down, a little chat as we do.
Hey, Dawn knows. Awesome.
Hey, Dawn.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And if you guys want to,
we got Bermuda's in the house.
Bermuda, right. Okay. Michelle Light is on.
Hey, Michelle.
Down in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
And feel free to share this, guys, as we're getting started. You can do a watch party or whatnot. Share it to your individual pages, and therefore your friends can tune in, and we all can virtually hang out together.
We got London in the house.
London in the house. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful city of London. My mom's home. Hey, Mom. I just got off the phone with her not too long ago.
Nice.
All right. Cool. Shelby.
Awesome. So, hey man, you want to bring them in?
Yeah. Well, just to set it up, in the past few weeks, basically our show is centered around legendary artists, writers, producers. This week we got a little bit of different twists. We have the son and daughter of two legendary, for one, an R&B singer, definitely legendary, was part of the Drifters. And then we also have another, their mom was a legendary singer, songwriter, and actress. So should we go ahead and bring them on?
Yes, let's do that.
So we have the daughter and son of Mr. Clyde McPhatter from the Drifters, and also Miss Ruth Brown. We have Debbie McPhatter and Ron McPhatter. How you guys doing today?
Hi, everybody.
Hey. How's it going?
Hey.
Good. All right.
It's really nice to be on your show.
Thank y'all
I watch it every week.
So what I like to ask, I guess, before we get into the music history is, since we've been on lockdown and quarantine, how have you guys been coping, and what have you been up to during this quote unquote lockdown period?
Let my sister go first. Go ahead, Deb.
Oh my Lord.
He's a gentleman.
I was okay. I was okay in March and part of April.
Uh-huh.
By the end of April, I'm crawling up a smooth wall. My suitcase is at the door. My passport is on the table, and I just need to go somewhere, anywhere. Just I don't even care anymore. Just I'm going crazy.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
You're taking it one day at a time, huh?
It's been rough, but for your safety, you try to do what you're supposed to
Right. And that's what it boils down to, safety.
Yeah.
I find myself.
What about you, Ron?
I talk to myself a lot.
Do you answer?
COVID-19.
I have a lot of arguments with myself, but I win a lot too. So I'm sorry.
Yeah. I hear it's okay to talk to yourself as long as you don't answer back.
Thank you. Like, what?
So, ladies and gentlemen, Ron McPhatter is also a talented singer, songwriter, producer as well, and Miss Debbie McPhatter. I wore my shirt especially for you today, Debbie. I remember you gave me the shirt.
I have mine on as well. Thank you.
You gave me this shirt last year at the Hall of Fame concert we played.
Yes.
Right. So having you on today, I wanted to represent. I wanted to be
Thank
correct.
you. I really appreciate that. The other people on the show, they have just left me high and dry. Nobody cares.
Oh, and I still got my Yeti thermos as well. So today, what's that, Ron?
I said, and your cup holder. Don't forget that.
Oh yeah. You gotta have that. So today is a little bit of a different twist. I guess we'll kind of be coming more from the angle of what it's like to have parents that are, legendary. They're known for singing, being with groups, being on TV, doing all of these different things. Even though you guys, especially you, Ron, you're involved with music, but we get a little bit of different angle, what it's like, being in the family.
Yeah. As a kid, you don't know that's what you're in,
Of course.
Right. Mom and dad, and what time is breakfast, and go to school, that type of thing. It's just when I got a little older, all of a sudden I started realizing that Uncle Brooke and Uncle Jackie, Uncle Richard were important people. I said, is that little Richard? I was like, I guess, Then all of a sudden, once I realized, and I was like, wait a minute, my mom and dad, they're some important people, and then you start getting respect. Most kids you don't care what your parents do. You just
They're your parents.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, they're your parents.
As long as you get that new bicycle, that car, whatever you need at the time, as long as you get it, you could care less.
What time? That's all.
I found it to be a nuisance myself.
Oh, well, do tell a little bit before we dissect their backgrounds. Tell a little bit.
Yeah, too many people around when I want to spend time.
So that's interesting. Okay.
With given the time that you have to spend with them, because they are constantly going, and it's like, okay, why are these women throwing panties? Why are people jumping up and down, yelling, screaming? I'm ready to go. So the show is over. Let's go. And as you four guys know, you do have to take time to spend with your fans. And to me, it's annoying. As a kid,
that's real.
Adult, I do understand the importance of it, but as a kid, it was kind of rough for me to deal with that aspect of it. Now, as I got older and started moving about and traveling, that last name of McPhatter has put me in first class when I wasn't in first class.
Some perks.
It has had its perks. Absolutely.
Like Chairmen of the Board.
You had to throw that in there real fast.
You got that. But
yes. It opens some doors,
Yeah.
Absolutely. The only thing
It-
I was
pros
like,
and cons.
after a while, you get to be, hey, little Clyde, or hey, little Ruth, you know.
Mhm.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes, yes.
That's great. That's interesting.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, but you know, times have changed so much today compared to when we were coming up.
Uh-huh.
That you never, or I shouldn't say never, but it was harder then to take your family or your children out there on the road with you. Today, people in the business today, they can pack their entire family up and
That's very
make it
true.
happen.
That's very true.
So you do miss it for my era. You know, you
Mhm.
really do miss so much important things that were
Mhm.
going on that he could not be a part of, or Mama Ruth could not be a part of with Ron. Surely, oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That.
So Debbie, did you ever get a chance to go on the road with Clyde?
I did, yes, yes, I did, and that is the reason why today I am not a singer, piano
Mm.
player, or violin player.
Yeah.
I give all praise to my brother
Mhm.
because he can handle that. I can't, but I can handle the other part of it, the business part
The
of it.
business. That's
I got
important
that.
too. That's
Debbie,
But
important.
oh my Lord, I can't do it. I
Debbie
can't
has
do it.
brains and looks.
Uh-huh.
I can sing. That's it. Everything else, don't worry about it. I'll handle it. I take care of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that.
Yeah, I can make things happen, but
Yeah.
being out there on that road, and I'm shy, and a lot of people don't realize that about me.
I
But
don't realize it.
I would never guess that, Debbie.
oh,
Debbie, you're pulling our leg.
But you know,
no way. But
Debbie letting those guys around her too. She's not telling you that part.
Oh yeah, your dad
right.
wouldn't.
But let nobody smile at her. They're fired. You're out of here.
Wow.
Mm.
That's smart.
and
That's
that
smart.
had to answer Ken's question about being on tour with my dad. That did actually happen in Montreal, Canada.
Mhm.
He
Okay.
fired the bass player.
Really?
Yeah, fired him right on the spot. And I wish I knew his first name was Ian, but
Okay.
I don't remember his last name.
Mhm.
I just so wish that I knew today who he was.
Debbie,
Mhm.
Debbie, come on now. You know, there are
She
rules.
wants to backtrack.
I
There are rules, right?
so
You
bad for this guy.
There
We
are
just
rules.
went to hamburgers, and
He should have been
my
fired.
dad thought that it took too
He should
long.
have been fired. There are rules. I'm sorry. You don't smile. No.
Hush.
Out.
So St. Catherine's was overlooking where we were staying, and the view is absolutely gorgeous. And so we drove up and around, and as you came off of this hill, I think it was to the left of that was the apartment where we were staying, and
Okay.
that was the end of that. So that was one instance, and then I was in Valdosta, Georgia, and the KKK literally ran us out of Valdosta, and that was the first time I had ever seen that.
Oh, how old were you?
In Valdosta, I was probably 15. I don't think I had turned 16 yet.
And
I had a pair of sandals, and the buckle broke. And so my dad and I, we were walking through the downtown area. We came to a repair shop, put the sandals in. The guy said about an hour and a half. And so we saw the tour bus coming and the station wagon.
Mhm.
We gotta go. And I'm like, I'm not going until I get my shoes. What are you?
Mhm.
You can see the torch from the KKK. You could see the march coming towards us. I'll tell you, my dad, he was so pissed with me. I was like, because I'm not getting on that bus. I'm
Yeah.
not till I get my shoes. And he's like, oh my God, he's pushing me on the bus. But,
Yeah, wow.
That's
I
something
just
with you.
didn't know anything about the KKK.
Right. That's what I was going to ask, if you were familiar with what that was at the time.
Not
Yeah,
at all. I mean,
can
I
understand.
lived at that time, with my mom and Teddy, who is my stepdad.
Mhm.
And I mean, I had white friends.
Mhm.
We all went to school together.
Mhm.
I just did not know about all of that.
Right, I
And
understand.
to see it like firsthand, and then you got to worry about somebody paying you, after the gig is over. And I was like, this is not for me.
So that could be some of the things that kind of turns you away from trying to follow in those musical footsteps, so to speak.
Well, on another trip, my dad gets sick. He gets laryngitis. And so the manager, I always sit in the corner table and I'm singing along. And the manager says, baby, you got to get up there and help your father. I was like, I can't. I did. And let me tell you, that never.
It's just not your thing, huh?
Never.
Brandon's experienced that. Remember you lost your voice?
Yeah, I have lost my voice. Matter of fact, my first performance with Ken about 8 years ago, I was dealing with a bad cough, and my voice went out in the middle of my first performance with Ken. I couldn't sing for like 2.5 months after that.
Oh my goodness.
It's no fun.
Yeah.
Not fun.
I remember that.
I can imagine. It's got to be tough for you guys. It's got to be tough.
Yeah.
Ron, did you ever travel with Ruth?
Oh yeah, all the time. All the time. Yeah, we did.
Ron traveled with his mother and became a doctor in Japan and saved the life of one of my dearest friends. Yes.
Please tell this story.
We were on a tour in Japan with my mom. I was opening the show, which is how I got started. My mom let me open the show for her. But we went to Japan, and one of the horn players, C.I. Williams, was playing him.
What to do?
And I would be standing backstage watching when my mom and him perform. And C.I. had this thing he would do. He would play this long note on his horn. It was kind of a circular thing, and it just went like, it was like people would go crazy because he held it so long.
Right.
And he was doing that, and he had done it every night. But this one particular night, when he finished, it was just this look on his face. He was almost like he didn't know where he was. He finished, and he was just kind of standing there staring into space. And the band was moving on, but he wasn't. And I'm like, wait, something's wrong, And all of a sudden, Bill Easley, who was the other horn player, he walks up like dancing in the show, puts his arm around C.I. and kind of throws him off stage. And I realized that, something crazy. And I take him and walk him, and then I realize he's not there, man. He's the lights are on, but nobody's home. And we rushed him in. I sat him down, and I didn't speak Japanese, or it was hard. The lady that was helping the tour, she did a translator. So I was trying to explain to people what was it. They didn't know what I was saying, And I just said, for some reason, something just said, just put ice on him. And I went and got a bunch of ice, packed in a thing, and made him lay down. And I started packing it around his head. Why? I have no idea. He couldn't hear. And then the ambulance came. The doctor took him. And they just rushed him off. It was like serious. And he had the same thing Quincy had. It was the
aneurysm.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it hurt. And the doctor, when he went in, the doctor came out and he said, who put ice on his head? And the way he said it, I was scared. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, I was like I said, I don't know what you're saying. Kind of like, who put ice on him? And I just said, I did. He said, well, that's what saved his life.
Wow.
He said normally 50% die after they have it or right when it happens. God, luckily he just, and I mean, there was nothing except just something. So I just had to do something, you know.
Right.
Family.
Right.
You see somebody in stress, you go, wait, you know, I don't know what to do, man. I'm not a I just, hey, something said
instincts and God and instincts.
That's all.
Yeah.
And we stayed another 2.5 weeks there while he was in the hospital. The tour was over, but we stayed there until he could be taken home, you know. And when I would see him after that, you know, he would just give me this little wink, like, you know, and thank you. And I'm just like, man, please.
That's awesome, man.
I was just happy to be there for any reason. I was just happy to be going, you know.
Right.
And it was like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, so since we're talking about, we're going to talk about you guys as well, but since we're talking about Clyde and Ruth Brown, or Clyde McPhatter and Ruth Brown, I think we have a clip on for Clyde.
Oh, right.
Now you rock, yeah, rockin' Clyde. Rockin' Clyde, rockin' Clyde, and you won't be crying long.
God, that
awesome stuff.
As
awesome
you
stuff.
Dad was a huge dancer. He was a dancer.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Yes, indeed.
This is all he's. I'm cool.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. Oh,
nice.
My goodness.
Nice.
General Johnson and Danny Woods.
I'm sorry.
Will always tell me, General Johnson and Danny Woods would always tell me that Clyde McPhatter was their favorite singer.
Wow.
Wow.
You know,
as Smokey Robinson and Marvin Gaye have
Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the thing that I found recently was the fact that he was the king of the falsetto.
Yes. Yeah.
Elvis Presley wrote that in his book too. He said, if I had a voice like Clyde, I would have had a career. And I was like,
Elvis Presley. Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you guys know? Oh, well, hold on. I love that sweet clip of Clyde McPhatter. Thank you. That's from Vicky. I missed it. Tackett. I missed Tackett Cuts. All right.
Nice.
Do you? Oh, Devin still. Yes. What's up, Devin?
Yes.
What's up, Devin?
Wasn't Clyde born in Durham, North Carolina?
Yes, he was.
All right. Yeah.
In the Haytime area of Durham.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Do you guys know what some of your dad's influences were? If there were any singers that he kind of was influenced by, or
no?
Was him. He kind of just him.
Him. The church, just he just
church. That's what. Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask too, because a lot of gifted singers definitely come from a church background,
right?
So he. Go ahead, Ron.
Most of the singers before him, they weren't hitting those high falsetto notes.
Okay, so he was trendsetter.
Yeah.
Pioneered. Okay, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Next level, Philip Bailey and and Smokey and all these people. There's a lot of these groups too. And Chant, all of those. Everybody was built around those high falsettos.
I read
original.
Yeah, I read he was an emotional vocalist, and he had one of the most dramatic. He was one of the most dramatic vocalists of his generation.
Yeah, I would say that. I've seen him cry on stage, and even today, like listening to some of the music, I could always tell what frame of mind he would have been in on certain songs that he's singing, but without love.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Yeah. He would shed some tears on that.
Wow.
That's interesting.
And Ron, I cry when I listen to my brother sing. This must be hereditary. And that aggravates Ron. Like, he's like, why is she crying? Like,
Ron, that's a compliment, buddy.
Listen,
it sounds good.
Ron, one of a kind. You know,
now
I'm going to today that I hadn't. You know, I met you back at the Hall of Fame, which we'll talk about as well. And Tazz hits me up and says, "Hey, was Ron in this movie?" I said, "I don't know." And so,
yeah, he's in a movie. He's also a movie star, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Man, but then we show a clip of Ruth Brown.
Wow. Energy.
Woo. Yeah, loads of personality.
Yeah. That's church.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds like I popped with that tambourine upside my head.
You used to get popped with the tambourine?
Oh, please. She didn't play. Like, what?
Man.
Oh,
yeah. Sometimes it's about the quickest thing they can get their hands on.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And I also came across some information where Miss Ruth Brown also worked with Cab Calloway's sister at Blanche at one point. And she also, did you want to elaborate?
That was her first manager. When she left home from Portsmouth, that's who she went and stayed with. Cab Calloway's Blanche Calloway is who got her singing with the Lucky Milner Band. And that's what Atlantic Records discovering her. Yeah.
Okay. I also came across, she had a working relationship with Duke Ellington was involved.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man.
Midas on that clip that we just saw.
Yes, ma'am.
The orchestra says PW at Paul Huckabuck Williams.
Oh, wow.
You're familiar with the Huckabuck.
He's the band leader. The song "Do the Huckabuck," you know. And,
okay, I've heard that.
He's my.
I heard it when I was younger.
Yeah, I've heard it before. I think my mom used to sing it or something a little bit. It's ringing a bell a little bit. Yeah, classic tunes, man.
Carry on that tune because
if I can add this,
my cousin is our band leader, and he plays.
Okay.
And it's his grandson, so we just try to keep it in the family, man.
Carrying on the tradition.
Hey, nepotism to the max. That's all.
Come on, Ron. No, we're gonna say that the talent was passed on. You know, the talent it's in your genes.
It's your story. You can tell it however you want. Okay.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
If I can say. You finally grew up, talking about Debbie and you, Ron. You finally grew up, and Debbie, you didn't want to be a singer or entertainer.
No.
But one thing you're one of the best chairperson of the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I try. Thank you.
Yes.
Can you talk about
Chairwoman.
Sir.
Yeah, I try. Well, it's a great organization. It really is, because I never knew that so much talent came out of North Carolina. It's amazing. It's amazing. So we honor that talent and all genres, gospel, bluegrass, beach music, rhythm and blues.
Hip-hop.
Yes, and hip hop. I am proud to say 2019, that was the year to put it in there. And I'm very pleased with that. And we will definitely continue to honor all genres.
I mean, you're right. It's so many. So I mean, the roster is incredible. That other people's already in it, such as Andy Williams.
Well, Andy Williams, Kate Smith, Roberta Flack,
nice.
James Taylor, Ben Folds. I mean, it's just so much. Benny King, Chuck Jackson, Gerald Austin from the Manhattans.
A lot of talent.
Lou Donaldson.
Wow.
Yeah, John Coltrane. These are people that were born here, and although they may have not made North Carolina their permanent home, a lot of them did come back. And so this is what the Hall of Fame is all about.
We've got the Avid brothers.
Yes. Clay Aiken.
Fantasia.
Yes. And
Clyde guy too,
and George Clinton. Actually, George Clinton and Ken on one of the other shows. I was trying to type quick to let you know. Yeah, George Clinton is from Kannapolis.
I had no idea
where he was from. So it was Kannapolis. Yeah.
Right. Awesome.
I mean, and that is the headquarters for the Hall of Fame, correct?
Yes.
Kannapolis, North Carolina.
Yeah. And so we are right now up in the air with the 2020. I can't tell you who the inductees will be for this year because we haven't had the press conference with Governor Roy Cooper. But it's this 2020 year is going to be very, very exciting. We've got some really great inductees coming in. And this year, Midas is going to be a first. So 2019 was the first with hip hop. 2020 is going to be another first. So I'm going to tease people a little bit today.
Okay, go ahead.
And just let you know that it's a team. It's a team. Part of that team is reality show. So I'm going to drop a little hint with that.
Okay.
Another genre is gospel, and I will say Charlotte.
Charlotte, okay.
I
could get that one possibly. But we won't throw it out there. We're not going to throw it out there.
Yeah, I can take a guess.
For a letter, like, can I buy an A?
Maybe a P.
I'll buy a P.
Buy a P, please.
Thank you.
Maybe a K. Okay. All right. Very cool. That'd be awesome. That's all exciting stuff.
Yeah, it is. So so that's what we do. And this year I had a concert planned, which would have been a first for the Hall of Fame. That was going to take place in Durham. On that bill was this little known group by the name of Chairmen of the Board, Ken Knox.
Oh, we may be familiar with them. Look at Ken.
That sounds so familiar.
Yeah, it's ringing a bell, right?
Yeah. So we were using all unknowns for this concert.
Wait, give me just a little more time.
Unknown is Clyde McPhatter's Drifters featuring Ron McPhatter.
That's
Nice.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not familiar with them at all.
I think I heard one or two songs.
Who are these people?
That's awesome, man. That'll be great.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. You know,
yes, indeed.
We got a picture of Ron with his group.
Okay, let's put that up real fast.
Let's go to that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
hold on, guys.
That was too quick.
She said fat.
Let's see it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
There we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ryan and Watkins and Larry, my brothers, some singing dudes, man. Yeah.
They are
Nice,
totally
man.
awesome guys. They really are. They really
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Talented. It's
Yes.
like, you know, we
I think we also have a picture with Debbie at the Hall of Fame, don't we?
Oh yeah. See Debbie in her shy element.
Yeah. So
As chairwoman of the North Carolina
I
Music Hall.
don't know why no one believes that I'm a shy
That
person.
doesn't look like a shy person to me.
no. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, we are speaking with Ron McPhatter and Debbie McPhatter, the son and daughter of legendary singer Mr. Clyde McPhatter, famously known for being with the group The Drifters, and Miss Debbie McPhatter is also our North Carolina Music Hall of Fame chairwoman.
Mhm.
just
And Ruth Brown.
another adjustment. Clyde founded the Drifters.
Founder of the Drifters. Yeah.
Right, thank you.
Yeah, I had that. Yep, I read that.
Thank you. That's all I just a
Yeah.
minor correction. Thank
And-
you.
Oh no, it's all good.
Before founding the Drifters, he was a member of the group called the Dominoes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
had some hits as well.
And the Dominoes. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
I think Jackie Wilson took his place when he left, I believe.
yeah.
That's what.
Yes.
Wow.
You did.
Uncle Jackie.
They had
Yes.
my understanding is that everybody knew his voice in the group, but they didn't know his face. So they were who's the leader of the Dominoes, Debbie?
Mm-hmm.
Billy Ward.
Billy Ward. They would
Billy Ward.
say to my dad, you know, hi, Mr. Ward, because they think he's the one singing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
There's no disagreement, so he decides I can do this by myself. And when he leaves, Armin Erdogan's came to the club to see him and like, well, where's Clyde? And they're like, you know, everybody's gonna tell their story. He's gone.
Yeah.
Armin was like, okay, see ya. And Clyde real quick. And next, that's how he got his deal and went on with the Drifters. You know, he created it, and he started that with his church group, the Singers. They were the first Drifters to record, but after they recorded, the guys in the band, I mean, in the church choir, sounded similar to my dad, so they wanted a contract, and that's when they went out and got Bill Pinkney, Willie Furby, and the Thrasher Brothers, which are the Drifters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And there were just 7 of them that were inducted into the Hall of Fame. So when somebody's running around telling you I'm a drifter or this and that, if they're
So
not,
many.
If they're not that 7, huh?
they're not Clyde McPhatter, Bill Pinkney, Charlie Thomas, what it is, the Furby, rather Willie Furby and the Thrashers, and then that's who they deducted and recognized as the group.
And then they came up with the UK Drifters.
Yes.
Treadwell. That would be the
Treadwell. Okay.
Yeah.
Because he did a show with one of the members from the Drifters this past January over in St. Resort.
Talking about in the UK, Skegness.
Skegness, right? We did a thing there, and the guy who went on before us, he was a part of the Drifters. You know,
who Drifters? There are so many. All I can say, and that's like I said, to keep things positive.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I just am so proud of what my dad created.
It's personal to you.
That
oh yeah, definitely.
And impersonate and want to jump on the wagon and claim they had something to do with it, or yes, you know, I'm an original. Like, okay, sure. If that's, you know, if you're like an Elvis impersonator or Michael Jackson, there's only one Clyde McPhatter, and he was who he was. So that's why my sister and I made sure that the definition was it's the McPhatter name and the next generation. I'd never tell anybody that we're the drifters. I'm my father's son carrying on his legacy. I'm the next generation.
Right.
We just want to be the best. I just want to be the best. And, you know, this is my heritage.
If they were an original, they would have to be well into their 80s now.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fact.
Yes.
That's a fact.
When you were growing up, did you run into any famous people yourself? I mean, besides hanging out with your dad, when you were older in the working community, did you run across any famous musicians?
Me? I certainly did. I certainly did. Miles Davis. Oh my word, yes. You guys are familiar with the Ed Sullivan Theater in Manhattan. And so twice a week, I would be at the Ed Sullivan Theater. I was a communications major, in school. And so I would go twice a week. And so I lived on Long Island. I had to come through the Midtown Tunnel, heading over to the Ed Sullivan Theater as I was making a turn onto West 57th Street. I looked in my rearview mirror, and mind you, I was driving very well. But when I look in my rearview mirror, I see this yellow Lamborghini. Being a single 20-something, maybe 19 or 20, I'm trying to see the face of the driver of this car. And so the public parking lot that's right next to the Ed Sullivan Theater, where you go through the stage door, I pull in, I get my ticket. The guy, they know me because I'm there twice a week. I park, I get in the elevator, push the button, and the door comes back open. And so this bizarre looking man gets in the elevator with his trumpet case. And I'm like, if I had on pearls, I would have been clutching my pearls. Oh my God, I'm gonna get mugged. This is not, I had no idea who Miles was. No idea. And so the elevator stops, I get off the elevator and I'm like, and the doorman, again, he knew me. He's like, oh, Miss McPhatter. Okay, so he had to sign in. I sign in, get on the elevator, go upstairs. Later on that night, when I came back down, he said, do you know, you didn't know who that was that came in behind you? And I'm like, no. He said, that was Miles Davis. And he asked me about you.
Wow.
Said, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I said, I think I made a fool of myself because I was like, really?
Wow, that's an awesome story.
But the following week when I came back, he waited there for me. And he introduced himself and he was like, Miss McPhatter, I just want you to know that I love your father's voice. And I'm like, I just wanted to just.
That's great, man.
No.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
That's an awesome story.
And years later, our paths crossed again. And it was just amazing. Yeah. So you again, in your travels, I'm always meeting other entertainers that will tell me, your father was a great influence, or I loved your dad's music. And so it's very nice. And so now they tell me, I saw your brother and I love your brother. I love his music. I love his voice. And so don't sit there and acting like it's just going off your shoulders.
That's a
You know you're good. You know you're good.
Tell me all day long. You have no idea.
Well, Ron, you got a little situation of someone famous yourself. You may have had a interaction with.
Oh, okay.
Maybe had a chance to serenade in a theatrical format.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, maybe we should just play the video, huh?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you
Check
have
this
proof,
out.
if you have proof,
Let's see if we have any proof, and then you can elaborate.
okay,
Can we get that video? Is it coming? We good?
We used to tour together with the Alan Freed Show back in 1956.
All right.
Yeah, I have to say, Ron, you are a legend just for that scene.
Yeah.
alone.
See what I'm saying?
listen, the biggest thrill was when I found that they were actually going to pay me. Because I was like, yeah, you can
Nice.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
She is a wonderful lady. She was just, I mean, first class, top. I don't even know what to say. Everybody was kind of like on edge. Figure, and she just comes in and introduces herself, and it was just like, let's do this. She's a beautiful lady. That's
yes, indeed.
Nice.
Awesome.
I know you want to do that scene over and over and over, didn't you?
I kept messing up.
Hey, that's the same thing I would have done.
Your Brandon would have did the same thing.
Man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right quick, y'all, before you do something else, a lot of people asking, hey, Ron, I need your music. That's Rodney Rayford.
Rodney wanted I Want Your Lovin'.
Oh, okay.
That song.
Yeah.
How can the people find you, Ron, if they want to check out some of your music or your social media outlets or whatnot?
RonDavidMusic.com is the website, and all of the music stuff from there, from Facebook and Twitter, and we have it on Sound Exchange. But if you contact Cherie Ely, our manager, we can get you anything you need right through the website. The videos, we go. Songs and stuff. You can see them. A lot of stuff. I did a lot of videos so that I can audition for the chairman of the board, but I can't seem to get their attention.
Well, you heard it here.
Video clip.
We're gonna be adding the fourth member in.
Thank you.
Now you came back out.
That's it.
Yeah. Everybody check out that 24 karat right there.
He made that jacket out of moon dust.
Oh, man.
He said moon dust.
I told that suit after the show. I'm just gonna say I took that suit after the show. That's all.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, that was the first night that I met Ron. I had talked to him for years. and Debbie and I had spoke about him for years. And when I met Ron, it was like, I've been knowing this guy for 50 years.
Yeah.
Kindred spirits, huh?
Yes.
Person, you know?
Yeah.
And humble, you know, he says that about me. But he's humble and everything, and extremely talented. And I mean, to be siblings, the two of you, I would say, come across like the best people.
Mm-hmm.
I know about Debbie because I see her at the Hall of Fame, you know, at our meetings, North Carolina Music Hall of Fame meetings and stuff, and she's always at the top of her game.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's why she's the chairperson of the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
She takes that role seriously.
Yes.
And it shows because, you know what, when we have these events or the inductions, a lot of people love coming there because it's a great event.
It is.
And it's you know, you've been there, Brandon, you've been there. It's great. Ron is now saw it, you know, experienced
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Well,
I mean,
you do a good job.
I always joke about my sister and stuff, but she is quite the businesswoman. I mean, like, if we're going to be putting this stuff aside and being serious,
Yeah.
which is hard for me sometimes.
Right.
Oh, please.
She's quite the accomplished businesswoman.
Debbie, Tracy
Very
Johnson
proud of her.
says,
Very proud of her.
Tracy Johnson, Debbie is somewhat shy. Tracy Johnson?
I'm sorry, you broke up. I didn't
Say again, Ken.
Do you know who Tracy Johnson is?
Yes, so she's our cousin in Bermuda.
Okay, well, we got Bermuda. She says Debbie is somewhat shy.
Mm.
Oh Lord, Tracy, thank you, sweetie. Yes, somebody
You would
believes me.
you would never know though. You would never know.
No. Don't believe it, but okay.
Hey, I was
Rodney.
that's Rodney Rayford.
I'm glad Deb can't sing because I would never get a chance to talk to you.
I was curious, how did your parents meet? Was it the Atlantic Records affiliation that initially how they crossed paths?
You know, that's almost like a family secret. They don't
Okay.
Let's keep it that way.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I noticed
they were the two biggest stars at Atlantic.
in Atlanta. Yeah, I noticed they had that in common, so I just wasn't sure if that was how they started grooming the relationship.
If you look at the Ray Charles movie, you know the Ray Charles movie with Jamie Foxx. He's sitting in the office with Ahmet Ertegun, and on the wall behind him is Clyde on one side and Ruth on the other. They got him gigantic.
King
and Queen of Atlantic Records. That makes sense.
Well, not just the King and Queen of Atlantic Records, but they are both considered the first stars of R&B in the 50s.
Yeah. Well, see,
Awesome.
a lot of people don't know the Drifters sang behind my mom on a lot of her records as the rhythm makers.
Oh wow!
They didn't do that, so they were doing sessions, and she and Clyde did a song "What Love Is Doing" together. You know, a lot of that. Yeah. So
and that White Christmas is one of my all-time favorite Christmas songs, of course. You know.
That's killer.
It's classic. Yes, indeed. I love that. Even that fast ending they do real quick.
Yeah. Jingle bell, jingle. Yeah.
Love it. Go ahead, Ken. I'm sorry.
We have a shout out for Mr. Kevin T. Carter, Sr.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Hey, Kevin.
How you doing, Kevin?
Yeah.
Mom, say hello.
My
So,
home.
how you doing? Good to see you, man.
You know what? Let's read some of these things. Gary Purcell, Ron. Gary Purcell says hello to you.
Listen, you talking about a bad guitar playing somebody. Gary.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. We've done it. That man is bad. He's bad brother.
Okay.
Gary played with us.
Yeah. Well, I'm sitting there telling you that. Gary's the truth. He's the truth, man. I love it. Yeah.
I'm gonna read some of these things right quick.
Yeah, if you guys got a question, drop it real fast.
I'm just so happy that Tracy said that I was shy.
That's all you needed.
My element right now.
Yeah.
I'm very happy.
Gary, he said, when are we coming back to North Carolina? As soon as they let us.
Yes, as soon as we have to shout out Victor Graham and Rhythms Live.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all of us.
Be ready for us, Victor, because we're coming. We're coming.
Yeah.
I have one right here. I need an answer.
Okay.
Gary Heath, we need about the General and Danny while you were doing. Well, guess what? That's coming.
Okay.
That's coming, Jerry Heath.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Again, thank you all out there in Facebook and YouTube land for tuning in weekly. We greatly appreciate your support. This is a platform we've decided to utilize just while we're on quarantine period, so we get a chance to still say hello and see you guys, but also put a little twist on our delivery, our packaging. And at the same time, it's great for me because I get to educate myself. So it's a wonderful thing. I'm having a ball.
Hey.
Yeah.
I enjoy your show, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank y'all for joining us. We had someone comment, said, now I can't post a comment because he used a choice word in there, but he said,
not a choice word.
Start doing those stepping songs. My old tail can't stop dancing. So you do have a song, a video that you did that's got a stepper's groove to it, and I think we do have a video clip for that.
Yeah.
Nice. Yes.
Love, I can tell. I know me so well. Anyone can see. I'm so wrapped up in you. There's nothing I can do. You hold the key, got me under your spell, baby. But it feels so real. It's like magic, your touch. Girl, I want you so much, darling. Ooh, I want your love, baby. Gotta have your loving. Don't keep me waiting. You make me crazy, baby. Got me under your spell. But it feels so real. It's like magic, your touch. I want you so much, darling.
Yeah, Ron.
Ron, I love it. I love it.
Kid, are you okay? Do we need to call 911?
Who are these people?
Oh man, that's nice, man.
Thank you.
Ron, just like your father.
Yeah, that's a nice track, man.
That's a compliment. Thank you.
Chairman Clyde loves.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ron looked like you had a Halle Berry lookalike in that video.
Dude,
I saw that too.
That's all I'm saying.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Sweet, man. Yeah. So y'all make sure to follow Ron, and get that music, man. Correct me again if I'm mistaken. Ron, I'd let you do it. Drop your website one more time.
It's Ron David RonDavid.com.
RonDavid.com. There we go.
Yes.
Y'all make sure y'all go over there and check it out. Buy one of everything.
Yeah. Now, Debbie,
Yes, sir.
we have some information. Do we have any information for North Carolina?
We do, and as soon as this quarantine is over, please come visit the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame Museum at 600 Dale Earnhardt Boulevard. That is in Kannapolis, North Carolina. And you can visit us on the website at www.northcarolinamusichofoffame.org.
Beautiful.
We have a lot of good stuff in that Hall of Fame, and come visit.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of great artists. Again, you'd be surprised what North Carolina has birthed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
We have a lot of surprises coming in the near future about different programs, different things that we're going to try to put together. Everybody just stay calm, have patience. It will open up again. Yeah.
We're gonna get through it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, one day at a time.
I had the opportunity to be there when some school kids came.
Yes,
And that's one of the funnest, you know, I love that time when kids get excited about seeing different artists and stuff like that. And I try to tell them about, you know, different ones that I knew about.
Right.
Like Maceo. You know, Maceo's one of my favorite players.
Yeah.
His saxophone sitting over there, you know, and so it's a fun time to have the kids come to that museum and
it's beautiful.
look at everything.
Yeah, we do. And I go out to different libraries to speak to various groups about music. And it's always amazing to me how people of all ages know that name, McPhatter. They get excited in these small towns where I'm a little frightened, like, oh, gee, I don't know. And as soon as you walk in and I start the program, they know exactly who it is. They know the music, they know the words, they know more sometimes than I do.
Yeah.
That's always a nice thing.
Absolutely.
And Ron, I know you've experienced that on the shows that you do. I know we do. Like when we go to the UK, right?
Yeah.
Midas.
A lot of times people.
I mean, the audience is singing your song.
I'm sorry, broke up a little bit.
Go ahead.
Oh, I said, on a lot of the shows we do, they'll actually think I am my dad. They'll come up, they'll say, "Hey, I loved you guys in Virginia in 1952. And it was a great show, and I loved it." And after a while, I just stopped trying to explain that it's not.
Yeah, just it's easier to swim with the current.
Did you have a good time? Thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
Ron, you've been drinking that holy water.
Yeah, thank you.
That's why you stay so young.
It is. It's working. That's all.
It's a challenge, though, trying to find the right way to cut somebody off. I've heard, you know, on that song, I made my 5th child.
Oh, man.
I don't need MIA.
Wow. The TMI.
Yes, right.
Too much information, right?
It's too much. I don't need to know.
I want to know. You know.
But that's the beauty of music, though, because people connect emotionally to a period in their life.
Sure.
So I guess they feel that they need to let you know that because something great happened, due to that music and that particular song. So they would be remiss if they didn't share it with you, you know.
You know what else I get? I get this. They'll say like McPhatter. Clyde? And I say, yes. Then they'll look at me and then start to walk. They say, I hope you can sing.
It's in your.
Don't mess up. Don't mess up.
Oh, it's in your genes.
That's it.
you better be able to sing. Like,
Yeah.
And your mama too? Boy,
Yeah.
you don't stand a chance. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try. Don't kill me.
Yeah. It's in your DNA, bro. You got it.
Thank you.
You got it.
Sure.
Yeah. It's
Sure.
one of the biggest, like when I got to meet Ken, what I realized, and I guess I hope that what he was saying, is that when I met you guys, there's just this bond immediately. It's like a friendship that I've known you forever, like family, you know.
Mhm.
I'm comfortable in this. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna meet Ken Knox, the chairman of the board. I used to, you know, I'm thinking, man, it's gonna be great. And a lot of times they tell you don't meet your heroes or don't meet people you think, you know, because they'll disappoint you. No, I was like, hey, thank you.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well,
Good
hey,
guy.
in Ken's case, you probably met his suit before you met him.
Yeah.
Ken?
Oh,
You saw the suit. You
so
saw
you
the
said
suit from across the room. The suit started
Yeah,
talking.
there you go. He had his own theme music and everything was playing.
that was classic.
Hey.
Classic, man.
You never know who's looking.
That's right. You gotta be sharp.
Cool.
It was a gold suit.
Uh-oh, it was
The gold suit. Okay.
Yes, yes. I gotta get me one of those, man. I gotta get one.
You know, and you said it, Ron. It's like we've known each other for years.
Absolutely,
You know,
man.
and we do have a. I know some people that you know in Detroit. I think you step in with them sometimes.
Oh man,
Runway.
Albert, man. Look, see that you're talking about family again. That
Yeah.
same type of people. When we first, I went to Africa on a tour with Al, and the first thing I realized, this is the most humble, sweetest, most talented, genuine person I ever met in my life. You guys, it's like brothers. You know what I'm saying? You meet people and you're like going, oh, okay, is this gonna be an attitude, or this is Al Hudson, Mr. Groove and Cutie Pie. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Man. You know, I was like, what? You know,
Detroit people are real, man.
man, beautiful. I mean, like, and right now, I'm getting a little in here because
Oh my, is my brother getting choked up? I'm talking about pearls again.
Can you mute her? Can she mute? I'm just asking. I'm not running. I'm just asking. But anyway,
This is the way we carry on, Midas.
Oh no, brothers and sisters do that. It's all it's playful sarcasm, you know.
Absolutely. No, it's beautiful people. I've been fortunate. I worked with Rolls Royce and Rick James. I've because of my parents, I've had the opportunity to get in some doors you wouldn't normally get through.
Yeah.
What my mom and dad always instilled in me, they were saying, once you through the door, now that's on you.
Right.
If I get the door open, because you know
that's a fact.
Your dad could be the president, don't mean you can do it. You know,
right.
Every important person has somebody, a family, but that doesn't you have it, you know. So she's like, okay, get in here now, develop it on your own. You have to be able to handle things. So I do my best, you know, and I've been very fortunate. Like I said, to Halle.
Hey Ron, don't you have a funny Rick James story?
Uh-oh.
Around, baby, you next.
You want me to tell that on the air? Okay.
Well, make it clean.
Okay, no, it's good. We were doing a show and it was in Houston, and we were with War and the Gap Band, SOS Band, and I went. And like I said, I'm a big fan, so I'm singing with Rick James. That's a trip enough. But I'm running out, and I'm on the side of the stage watching, you know, Charlie Wilson, and I'm out there like, Charlie Wilson.
Yeah.
So I was having a call. I'm like, SOS Band, that's Larry Blackman, you know. So the manager came back and he said, come on, man, we gotta say this little prayer, you know, before we go on. Rick's ready to go on. So I said, okay. And I go back into the room. And when I walk into the room, everybody's standing around in a circle, you know, to hold hands and you don't say this little prayer. So I hold hands and I bow my head. And all of a sudden I hear, Dear Lord. Man, and this big puff of smoke comes out. I just drop my hand like this.
Wow.
No. Life is not striking me. I'm not. That's not.
Yeah.
And that was Rick James doing the prayer.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, you got a doobie the size of Chicago hanging out your mouth. Talking about, dear Lord, please bless our voices. So like,
I tell you.
Wow.
No, I'm gonna be over here, Rick. Call me with you.
Yeah. Play no games, right?
Wow.
Again, that man, you talking about talented, bad. That now listen, we would be in rehearsal, and the songs that we weren't doing in the show, I was like, wait, he wrote that too? There were so many songs, and I was just sitting there going, oh my God, the Temptations, Tina Marie, the Mary Jane Girls, his stuff. It was, again, you can't be in an atmosphere that you like doing something like music, and then you get to meet people like that. You know, with all of the craziness, Rick was a beautiful. He was a really great guy. He was you know,
awesome.
And
we met him. Me and General met him at a hotel up in Winston-Salem one time.
Right.
You know, he was a cool guy.
Yeah, he was, and he took care of his people. You know, I mean, it was like a family. You know, you had to toe the line. Don't mess up because he'll call you out. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
I had the honor, and I got to sing Ebony Eyes with him, the Smokey Robinson.
Oh, man.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah, I like
man. That was, you know, my job is, if Rick decided to stop singing or go off, I was supposed to just keep on singing in the background.
Step in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
man.
Have you heard the? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I didn't know what you were saying.
So speaking of Rick James, Anthony Hamilton has a new single out featuring Rick James.
Oh yeah.
Have you guys heard it yet?
I haven't heard it.
Fire and Desire.
Yeah, man. Look, you talking about somebody to write some stuff.
Yeah, that was bringing him back.
People I don't know if they really know that. He's like Prince. He could play drums.
Played multi-instruments.
Rick was bad. He was a bad, you know. People have feelings, but you know, I mean, it's
of course.
You know, but you're talking about just looking at it from a talent perspective. I'm just like, thank you. And you'd look up one day and Norman Whitfield would be walking in and hanging out with, and I'm just like, that's Norman Whitfield. You know, Pop Rolling Stone. I was just like, these are the people that hang out with you.
The upper echelon. The upper echelon of
Ashford and Simpson. People just coming by to say hello to him, you know?
Yeah, man.
Hey, that's Rick James? Is that Michael Jackson? Is that the Jacksons? You know?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
You absolutely know, you know.
Yes, indeed.
Super talented, super respected. And that Finders Keeper is funky as.
Oh man, thank you. I don't know what happened to Ken. I love performing that. It's definitely a funky tune. And we actually found somebody. What was it? Something where the Jackson 5 were saying that they liked that record back in the day.
Oh yeah,
what is the video clip or something somebody sent to us one time? An interview.
An interview that they did, and they said, one of the records we really like right now is Finders Keepers by Chairmen of the Board. Real funky tune. So
well, General and were friends of my uncles and stuff in Portsmouth. They were always telling me, "Oh, you got to sing like the Chairmen of the Board, General."
Ron, did he cut Generals here?
Yeah, House of West.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Right.
Okay.
They owned a barbershop down there in Portsmouth that all I used to go to. That was my mom's brothers had on High Street in Portsmouth, the House of Weston, and they were like, you know, the barbers. You know, they would tell me all these stories and stuff. You know,
man, that's
amazing. You know.
Yeah, that's. You got awesome stories.
Welcome back.
Hey, what did I miss?
Ken Carter.
Everything.
Welcome back, Carter.
I got kicked off.
It's okay.
Okay, Ron.
Okay.
Ron was talking about was it your uncle used to cut General's hair?
Yeah.
At a period of time?
Yep.
Yeah, so he was that.
My uncle just passed, my Uncle Benny that just passed.
Wow.
Yeah. Benny Weston,
Yeah.
Weston, you know, the Westons got
General said that your uncles them used to fix, the showman's hair.
Yes.
They were called the showman. They were from Norfolk.
Norfolk. Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody
are they kicking us out?
Well, we do need to wrap up here shortly. They're gonna put the Grammys music on us in a second.
Oh, okay. All right, guys.
Yeah, man. So any
time is up.
Yeah. But guys, thank you very much for having us.
Thank you
for joining us.
This has been great.
Oh man, we enjoyed it.
This has been great.
I have for Chairman of the Board. You guys are, man, look, I can't wait. I can't wait to be on stage with y'all. That's
no doubt.
Same here.
Can we make that happen?
We're gonna try to make that happen as soon as it is lifted.
Absolutely.
It's on the case.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Yeah, we're excited too, Ron.
Thank you. Yeah. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Gonna make it happen.
Is my contract in the mail yet, or what? Ladies and gentlemen, they will not give me a Chairman of the Board contract. I'm just saying.
It's coming.
Okay.
It's coming.
Like 3 years.
It's coming.
With the contract, you do have to wear some of these suits that keeps out now.
Oh, okay. All right, let me
So be sure. Be sure you know what you're jumping into.
Yes, indeed. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you all for joining us again right here on Facebook Live and YouTube for That's My Story. Thank you guys so much for your support. Stay tuned. We'll have a fresh new episode for you next week. We want to say thank you once again to Mr. Ron McPhatter, Miss Debbie McPhatter. Thank you all so much for joining us. Be sure to follow them on social media platforms, on their websites. And don't forget to go over to YouTube and subscribe to the Chairman of the Board so you can be in the loop for when we drop new content, and share with all your friends.
Bye, man.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.